Hey guys, Ozzy Pokemon here, and welcome back to another Wi-Fi battle. Today, I've got two UU matches, and this team isn't particularly good, but I just threw it together to help myself get out of the, 1200 range quickly, so that I can start actually climbing the ladder. So yeah, I've just got a few battles, and I'm going to show you them now. So let's get into it. So I'm going to lead off with my Gengar because I expected the Latias leave, so I just go straight for the Shadow Ball, and he's going to go for the Draco Meteor, and that brings me down to my Sash, so I'm pretty much useless now, and I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball here, I think. No, I go for the Sludge Wave, and that does a decent amount of damage. It's clearly a choice, Assault Vest, Incineroar, but he goes for the Darkest Lariat, going to take me out. Now Entei comes out here, and this Entei... oh, it's so good. So I go for the Stone Edge, but I actually miss it, which really sucks. So I have to switch into my Starmie now, as he goes for the Trick, and he gives my Starmie Choice Specs, and, it's not that bad. But now I can finish off the Latias with the Scald, as he brings in Celebi, and I'm not feeling the Celebi today. So he's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, does not much at all, as he switches out, and I'm pretty sure I went for the Stone Edge, and I miss again, and this is really annoying. So I switch into my Gliscor, hoping to get just a free Toxic Orb up, and he goes for the Drain Punch, so obviously that's going to do nothing. I go for the Toxic now, so he's going to take damage if he wants to stay in, as he goes into Mantine now, and I'm pretty sure I can live something, but I'm not going to live it well, so I switch into Starmie, but he predicts that and goes into Scizor, and I really don't want to get a hit from this thing. So anyway, I switch into Entei now, and I go for the Stone Edge, and third time I actually hit it and I get a crit, so very lucky there. And now his Celebi comes out. That's actually a Choice Band at Entei, by the way, so I can't stay in. But he actually goes for the Tectonic Rage, which I am immune, so he just wastes his Z move. The Draco didn't do much, but I'm going to have to switch out here, as I predicted the switch. I didn't know what he was going to go into, but he goes into Scizor because of the Choice Specs. That does a lot of damage, and I managed to get the burn, and I managed to live that U-turn. Now here comes Manectric, and obviously I'm going to die to this thing. I didn't want to switch anything in, but he goes for Flamethrower, predicting the switch, so I get a free Scald off, and because of the specs, that does a massive chunk to Manectric. He's down on 20% of his health now, so I send in Entei, and Entei is basically really good at cleaning up. So I'm just going to go for the Extreme Speed, takes out the Scizor after burn damage, sends in Mantine, obviously can't touch this thing because it's high health, and he misses his Air Slash, so I can just start spamming the Psyshock now, since this guy is allergic to physical attacks. It's just going to take him out pretty easily. He goes for the Scald, so pretty much not being able to do much damage. He does get the burn, but it doesn't matter, because once Latias goes down, the rest of his team pretty much dies to Entei. So he sends out Manectric. He can do it if he wants. He can take me out. He can Volt Switch. He can do whatever he wants. Because Entei takes out all the remaining Pokemon on his team. Just cleans up. Entei is actually really good. I had a lot of fun using him. I was playing a lot of UU today, and I was struggling to get a team that worked. And I'd have no idea why. Usually UU is my favorite tier, but I was just struggling to play it. Anyway, next match. My opponent leads off with Aggron, and I lead with my Entei, and I don't want to have to live anything from that, so I'm going to switch out, but he switches out too, not sure why, and he goes into his Superior, and predicting my Spore, obviously. Now he's going to go back into Aggron, and I switch into my Aerodactyl, and honestly, I'm just going to put my Stealth Rocks out. I don't know why I stayed in here. I knew he would use Stealth Rock, so I guess that's why I stayed in. And he goes for the Roar after I send in Cloyster. So yeah, my Gengar comes out. I've lost my Focus Sash, unfortunately. And yeah, pretty much, he uses Pursuit. Not sure why he doesn't die. That just must be how Destiny Bomb works. And this is a defensive Cloyster, not a Shell Smash one. What I tried to do is get as much hazards on the field on my side as possible, so then Entei could just come in and sweep the rest of his team. But I don't get to do it yet, because obviously this guy's going to hit me with a Volt Switch, and I don't want to do that. And I go for the Stone Edge here, only does around 30%. So I'm going to switch into Latias here, because I have Thunderbolt. And Thunderbolt will do some decent damage to him. Obviously it's just a lot of switching at this point. I'm trying to get an opening to be able to get my hazards up, as he goes for the Stealth Rock on his Aggron, and basically means Entei is going to take 25% every time I switch in. So I finally get my Cloyster in after Alomola. I just completely stuffed that name up, sorry. After Alola scolds me. So here, I rapid spin, but unfortunately he used protect. Wait, does that I'm not sure how that works, but I'm gonna start setting up the spikes here. But first I go for rapid spin, but he can just set up the rock straight away. So now I start setting up the spikes, and I just want to get as many layers of spikes up as possible, so he can't switch in as much as he would like to. He goes for the heavy slam here, but because I'm defensive, I live that with 1% of my health, and I can basically go for another spikes here. He finally takes me out, and I can go into my Entei. Not sure why, but I do manage to scare him out, and I go for the Sacred Fire, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's not going to do anything to his defensive Alola, but I do get the burn, and that doesn't really matter. It might help bring his HP down a bit, but really not going to do much. So he's going to go for the Wish here, and yeah, I don't like that, because he's going to be able to heal up his Pokemon. As he switches into his Muck, so I'm lucky he didn't switch into his Aggron there. So he's going to switch into Alola again, and this time I think I actually predicted that to come in, so I went for the extreme speed, so that's good. So I go for it again, and of course he's going to fall there. He only had 20%. So Aggron completely walls Entei after I'm locked into Choice Band, so I'm going to switch to my Moongus to sack it off, because it isn't that useful for the rest of the battle. So he's dead there. And now I get a free switch, so I go into Latias. The most damage I could do to this thing is with a Thunderbolt, and it brings him down to 7 HP. I die to a Heavy Slam, but that is alright, because I can now send out my Aerodactyl and finish him off. And here, he sends in Superior, and it's going to take heaps of damage from the Stealth Rocks. Goes for the Leaf Storm, I managed to live it, and a Wing Attack is going to take him out here. So he's going to send it next. He's Comfy, and because of its ability Triage, it can just Draining Kiss me and get priority. And now Entei comes in, and I have to get a crit to actually kill this guy, and guess what? I get the crit, and he gets one shot, and now he sends in Rotom, takes heaps of damage from the Stealth Rock. Stone Edge takes him out too, so I really need a crit to win this match. Will I get the crit? I don't, unfortunately. He ends up winning. I didn't really deserve the win there, but still, good match. I thought it was pretty close in the end, and it was really interesting. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. I'm looking for more battles, so please hit me up on Twitter. And yeah, like and subscribe. Not sure if I already said that, and I will see you guys all in the next video.